since implementing our foliar nutrition, we still do use some fertiliser down the slot. We still use some granular urea, just not as much. We've moved more to that foliar urea and the foliar nutrition instead. And so really the foliars is just part of our overall nutrition package. So instead of it all going on the soil or all going down the slot early, we're just splitting that up. So there's some going down the slot, we spread some, but then we also using that foliar program, hitting those critical points of influence. And so, wheat and lentils and canola, we're sort of spraying those 3 to 4 times a year depending on the season. With foliars, our overall costs are slightly lower, but what we've done is we've actually changed the nutrition we're buying. So it used to be a lot of phosphorus and a lot of nitrogen, and that's now changed to buying cobalt and nickel and molybdenum and all these other products as well to then dissolve and mix ourselves. So the efficiency gains we're seeing is being able to pick a plant up within 2 to 3 weeks when we've got an issue. So the observation I can think of is a canola crop. It was quite dry, not getting a lot of mineralisation in the soil, and we had a severe issue with red-legged earth mite. Did our sap testings, went and did our foliar nutrition, and was able to pull that crop out of a major issue. And so by being able to do that foliar and do it at a timely efficiency and get that crop moving when it was looking quite dire. Other efficiencies we have seen is reducing pesticides, insecticides and fungicides, especially around plant health. So having that plant really healthy, we're not having to use as many insecticides, and the same with the fungicide. Our aim is not to use them, and we have in some instances have got away with not using insecticides and fungicides, but if we need to step in to save a crop, we absolutely will. By adding the biostimulant and the minerals to the insecticide or the fungicide, we are fixing the problem, but we're also trying to make that plant healthier so that problem's not going to come back again. Another positive we're seeing is increased grain weight. We've really seen that with our wheat and barley. Putting that down to a few different minerals that we were lacking, that we've been able to top up at that flag leaf stage. And even in the dry years, just not seeing the high screening levels from that typical over application of fertiliser. It's more of a balanced approach. So good grain weight, good grain size, and good protein. The key with starting out really is test, don't guess. And that's soil testing, sap testing, and making sure that you are putting the correct nutrition on. That really is the key. Before spending too much money on certain minerals, you may or may not need them. But then also a soil test may show high in certain minerals, but a sap test may be low. So that's where you need both. We do test a lot of products with just a little hand spray, making sure that we're not getting leaf burn for different products and different mixtures. So you see we've got our jar tests. It's not very hard to dilute that to a boom spray level with a spray nozzle. We can just go out and just put a peg in a crop and go and give it a quick spray, and within 2 to 3 days you're going to see if you get any leaf burn. If you want to make a start, you can easily buy these products. We can make them cheaper ourselves. If you don't have the time, then buy the mineral nutrition that you need and just make a start that way. Test, don't guess. Work out what your most limiting factor is in your minerals and make a start with those.